Entrepreneur India is with Kalyan of Feature Labs. This is a startup that has seen its inception at the MIT. They boast of developing AI with the help of AI. Kalyan's going to tell us more about what his startup is doing. Hi, Kalyan.
Hi.
And what your startup is doing, and why are you here in India?
So I think what my startup is doing is it's trying to enable people to rapidly build AI applications and AI products. And if you imagine, most of the AI products rely on data, so which means we do a lot of data mining and data processing and building models out of the data. It's a very tedious process right now, and it requires a large workforce to actually do that. So this startup that we started 2 years ago after its inception at MIT, after we developed the fundamental algorithms behind the technology at MIT, tries to actually automate that process of building models and tweaking its parameters and finding features in the data and so on and so forth. There's a lot of steps in that process that we try to automate. And then once we fully automated that process, we are trying to figure out how to give interfaces to people so that they can actually use it, interfaces to data science teams and our developers in the company so that they can use it and build products faster. So that's its core purpose. Now, I came to India for two purposes. I think one is that I wanted to really learn how the startup ecosystem here is working. And the second thing is I wanted to see the emerging market. If Feature Labs has a sort of, it can have a footing here, it can provide the sort of the product here for enterprises to build AI products out of their data that they have.
So do you think that Indian enterprises can actually build AI products?
I think so. I was actually amazed at even all my co-speakers at this event. Everything they did involved data, and I was amazed as to how much, how fast they are moving and how many people they have reached and how many things that they have impacted. As I was mentioning to you before, I came here, I left India 16 years ago, and every time I came here, I came for a function or a family event, and this is the first time I came and I just immersed myself into an event like this, and I was just blown away. There's so much is happening here. So I think, yes, enterprises here are ready to build AI products. They have enormous amount of talent. They need tools and technologies like what we are talking about. But I think India has a lot of potential, and they have a lot of data. A lot of data from thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions of users for any sort of consumer application or any sort of product that you have in the market. So we have a lot of data from.
So with respect to enterprises, which segment do you feel is most prepared at this point in time to play with the data and also develop AI products with the data, basically automate the system more? Would you say banking is ready?
I think banking is ready, and yesterday I talked to someone who does gold, loans on gold, and I realized that they have their own mini sort of a credit scoring system. They have all the data as to when people took loans from them, giving their gold, and how they returned, and what was the rate of return, and so on and so forth. So they have microfinanced a ton of people, millions of people. They are ready. They are ready with the kind of data they have. They are ready to build AI products. So things like they could build who's likely to return in time and what should be the interest rates, and they can maximize the customer base that they have. Retail is ready. India, I realized that there are so many retail apps and retail sort of websites and so on and so forth. So any data they're reporting, they're ready. And surprisingly, I found even some of my co-speakers do educational technologies. They're reaching hundreds of thousands of people that are disenfranchised. And they're ready too with that kind of data. I've worked in education before. With that digital platforms, they will be collecting data about how people are using to learn, using those platforms to learn. And I think we can use that data to personalize the experience and train the workforce.
I see. My last question: do you think AI is going to take up the jobs that Indians much deserve?
I don't think AI will take up the jobs. I think what will start to happen is we will in India at least, looking at the ecosystem here, I feel like we will grow alongside AI and try to be the powerhouse of AI, if you will. Because our workforce is very talented, extremely young, and extremely entrepreneurial and enterprising. So I think if we start to put a training program out about how to build AI, I think millions of, in one fell swoop, we can train millions of people here. So I think we will start doing different things and not the things that we were doing before. So I don't think that it would be a much good replacement if you ask me.
Thank you so much.